Okay, so I told you on Wednesday, I was going to tell you what the podcast name kind of thing is for Friday. It's so good and so fitting. Thank fuck it's Friday because we made it through another week of batshit craziness that is going on. So we're not talking about that today, but we made it through. So congratulations to all of us, even though it's wild out there. So today we are going to talk about expectations. And I'm going to tell you something that probably sounds so weird. I don't have expectations on anything in my business. And it's going to make sense as we go through this. And I actually love talking about this because I think it's really interesting. And when I talk to clients about this and different people about it, it kind of just shifts something for them and starts to make so much sense as to why. So I know it sounds weird, but it's probably the best thing that I've done, like mindset wise for myself and actually results wise for my business, is not having expectations. So when we're talking about expectations, there are a couple things that I see happen so often. And this isn't about this is not a thing where we're making this wrong or anything. This is just this is human nature, what we do. Of course, I've studied psychology, I have a degree. That's probably why I think about these things this way. But just for you to know, this isn't saying you're wrong because you did this. This is what most people do. We put expectations like this on things. But what I see happen a lot is the expectations that some people have, they either don't match what you need to do to actually get the result that you're wanting, or what you want to do to get the results that you want. So that's one, and we'll go into that more in a minute. Or the expectation of the results that you're wanting are out of line with what is actually the norm for majority of people and the results that most people are actually getting, because so much of what we see online is the most flashy stories. Like it's the biggest, the best, the fastest, not the majority of what's actually happening for most people. So it really skews our sense of expectation and what we expect to happen for ourselves. So, going back to the first one, your expectations don't match what you need to actually do to get the results you're wanting, or you don't want to do the things that you're going to have to do to get the results that you want. Like, if you want really big results for your business, if you want to make a lot of money, if you want, however many clients, whatever it is, your actions are going to have to match that. And I know it's also weird me saying that when I say we're not going to have expectations after that or after this, but we'll go into that part after I explain this. But this is what a lot of people go through. And I've had people who tell me that they want an online business, but they don't want to post anything on social media. They don't want really any part in marketing or selling. Basically, they just want the results. They just want people to come to them, or they want a website built, their services listed, and for people to just start buying. And they literally ask, can I expect X number of clients in 1 to 2 months? Like, can I expect to be making this amount? Can I expect da 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 da? No, no, you can't. And I am I'm very, very honest about it. You can't. That is an unreasonable expectation because you have to put effort in that's going to match what you want the results to be. Like this isn't happening from nowhere. Shit's not falling from the sky. We aren't just like, sitting on our couch manifesting. And it's like magically making numbers appear in our bank account. Like that's not happening. You've got to put in some effort and do some marketing online so that people know that you exist, right? And that's an extreme example, but it is true. And I've seen this a lot of times. And this is different from, you know, people who are like, I hate social media, like I don't want to post all the time. That's different. That's not what I'm really referring to here. This is like people who literally like want to not post a single thing ever. And it's like you can't, no one's gonna know that you have a business at all. And I totally get, like, if I'm being really honest, like, none of us truly love social media. It's a lot. And I have kind of this like love-hate relationship with it because I I feel like so often there's like almost this, it's not a pressure by anyone specific, but it's this like thing where you should be putting out posts that look a certain way so that they actually get out, pushed out by the algorithm and like all of that. And I don't want to do that. Like, I literally, it goes against everything that I want to put out on social media. Like, I don't want to do it. And so I really, I don't want to post the way that I feel like I probably should be to get my post seen by more people, if that makes sense. And so then I'm like in this struggle of, am I just shooting myself in the foot because I'm putting out what I want, but then I feel better about it at the end of the day because I'm not resorting to what I feel like I should be doing. So, anyways, none of us love social media, is the point of that. But if you want to have an online business and reach people to buy your stuff, like you have to get out there and let them know about it. Social media is the easiest way to do it, unless you are willing to put money into ads and heavy SEO, which is another option. Like that's an option, but it leads to another conversation around, are you willing to put that money in if you are going to continue to have that expectation of wanting a ton of clients, and you still can't really have the expectation because you don't know if it's truly going to pay off. Because, and I'm going to be talking about this actually on Monday in my Spill in the Copy episode about ads, the best way to know if your ads are working is to know first if your content has worked organically. So just running ads, I mean, it depends on your business, but for the most part, for most business owners, like in the online space, coaches, service providers, people like that, it's really going to be first seeing what is working organically before you're putting money into ads. It just doesn't make sense. So even doing that, is it going to work? Probably not, to be totally honest. It's probably not going to give you the payoff that you are quote unquote expecting. So we really have to look realistically. Like if the bar is way up at the ceiling and you're only willing to put in the effort at the floor, You can't think that magically that gap's going to be filled on its own and have the expectations of the results that, you know, you're going to have just all of these clients with wanting to put in no effort. So that's one of the first things. Now, that one isn't as common as the second one. One of the most common ones that I see and hear about is expectations around things not happening fast enough, or why is she making so much more than I am and I'm doing the same things? Why are her posts doing so much better and getting so much more attention and I'm saying the same things? Like, what am I doing wrong? Now, I just want to say about the money thing. I mean, apparently these people are making that much money. Do we know? We don't. We don't actually know. And um, there's been discrepancies in what some of them have claimed. So there's also that, like, just, take it with kind of a grain of salt and remember that, like, not everything is as it seems. Also, come back to, like, what do you want? Don't base your success on what someone else is doing. Is that even what you want? Like, so don't think about, I'm not getting what she has fast enough. Do you even want that? So that, like, that's one thing. But also, the whole, like, I should be making X amount in 2 months because I've been posting 5 days a week and, like, that's what so and so said should happen. Like, that's literally not the way that business works. I hate that people say this shit online. It drives me absolutely insane. Drives me insane. Like, that it's not the way that it works. There are years and years that go into businesses that are consistently making really good money online. Now, are there outliers that, you know, make more faster? Yes, of course. But to expect that, like, you're going to make 100K in, like, per month ongoing in the first 6 months of your business, like, it's not, don't expect that. Just period, don't. Like, that's not happening. I'm just going to tell you right now, like, that's fucking not happening. That is such a unicorn result. It drives me insane when people are like, oh, yeah, totally doable. Or like 30 days. The worst one that I ever saw was less than 30 days, and I cannot. But again, it's because we see the most flashy, big, these outlier cases that are shown the most online. And this is also because they get the most attention. It skyrockets their engagement. So then it's put in front of more people. So what do you see? All of these same things. We don't see, like, the regular person that's making good money, but isn't making, like, the flashiest thing. And it took, years for their business to build up. You're not seeing that every day, so it's not so normalized. And the expectation that it's got to be overnight or easy or like these crazy one-off things, like, that's just got to go. Just period, like, gotta go. You can absolutely do well in your business. Just don't have that expectation around it. It's going to serve you so much better. So those are the two that I see the most. And now I want to talk about the best part of this whole episode, which is having no expectations at all. And I want to say there's a huge difference between an expectation and a goal. Huge difference. I have lots of goals. Like, I have tons of goals, but there's a different energy behind having an expectation of something and having a goal for, and like, what you would like an outcome to be. with an expectation, it almost has this like deserving energy. Just because you do this thing, the results should automatically be X. And there's this huge letdown if the results don't play out the way that you expected. Even going back to the first one, it's like some people have this expectation that just because they opened a online business, they should just automatically make money off of it. And I don't know where this came from, but like that's the dumbest expectation of all time. I well, I kind of get where it comes from all of the online messaging, but like that's just not how this is, that's not how it's going to work. And you have to put in effort to get there. And like, here's a good example of this. You can't control the number of likes, comments, saves, whatever that you get on a post, right? You like, no one knows what the fuck the algorithm is going to show it to today. Like, we have no idea. Expecting that it's going to do well because you posted it and thought you said the right thing and it'll be the one that results in clients, like, this is not worth your time. It's literally such a waste of time posting like that and expecting your one post to do all of that for you. That's a waste of time. Shifting that to having a goal of putting out consistent content that you feel really good about, regardless what the algorithm does, knowing that you have a CTA that says, like, download my freebie, check out my offer here, whatever, connect with me, engage, whatever. That is going to allow you to focus on the part you can control. Let the rest go. Let the rest of it go. And I can guarantee you'll get better results from it because you are doing your part. And now the rest just has to fall into place because that's all that you can control. You cannot have expectations around that because we can't control what's going to happen after you put that post out there. Like, literally, depending on what happens with the algorithm, who knows? Maybe it goes through some weird ass update and it gets shown to like one person. Like, we literally don't know. So, having the expectation of just because you wrote this, like, the best post, it's going to bring in clients on this date, like, don't do that. It's such a letdown for yourself. Just have a goal of really being consistent, putting out what you truly want to say, making sure that it's optimized, and moving on with the rest of your day. Like, that's the best thing that you can do. Now, in my business, like I've said, I have no expectations. I have zero expectations on anything. Like, when I post content, send an email, put out a podcast, whatever, no expectations. Like, it's funny. When I was thinking about, like, when I was writing up what I wanted to say for this podcast, and also when I talk to clients about it, I always laugh because it's to the extreme. Like, I literally, like, none, zero. I I have goals, so I create actions that I need to get done. That makes it more likely that I'm going to meet my goals, right? And I'm able to get more done that way. Like, I'm able to pump out podcasts, more content, trainings, master classes, increase the number of emails that I send. And it's all done genuinely without expectation that everything's going to lead to a sale. I don't, I also don't sell on everything, but I just like, I do it, I be consistent, I do the actions, I have goals that I want to meet, but there's no expectation around if I do this, it's absolutely going to result in this because we can't control the expectation. All we can do is our part to get what we need to get done and let the rest happen. And like, I mean, obviously, I want to make sales, I want clients, but when you shift from holding this expectation over everything that it has to lead to a sale, everything changes. Like, there's so much less pressure. There's so much less pressure. You're able to just like write the email, write the content, record the podcast, like whatever it is, you can do that without the pressure of, oh my God, this has to convert. Because you just have to say what you want to say that day, right? And yeah, you can say, check out my program. I do it all the time. Check out my thing, check out this, whatever. I have a free training, blah, 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 blah. But the expectation that like everyone's going to sign up, no, I hope people will, but they will, like, they will if they want to, kind of thing. And when I have that kind of attitude about it, honestly, they do so much more. And it's the same with my podcast. Like, I absolutely love the podcast. It's why I'm able to do like 3 episodes a week, and I find it really easy. I record the episodes I want, no expectations, zero. I've never had expectations going into when I started this. It was something that I truly did. Just, it sounds so weird for myself. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to. Maybe I need to like talk to myself in the day. I don't know what it is. Um, I appreciate when people listen. Like I love it when people listen and they tell me that they've listened and they've like gotten something out of the episode or they've shared it with someone. Like I love that so much. And I think it like means so much more because I literally have no expectation that it's going to happen. It's like it's almost shocking every time because I'm like, really? It's weird. I think sometimes I forget that I actually like publish it and put it out there for people to listen to. I don't know what it is, but I would do it if no one listened. That's the whole thing. And it doesn't matter because it's something that I really feel passionate about. I really feel good about. I love doing it. And when you can come at something like that, there's just like a different energy behind it. And it doesn't have to lead to clients and sales. Like, yeah, I obviously optimize it and I like link stuff like you should check out Impact as well as the free training that I did last Friday. I'm going to link them both in the show notes. So, yeah, check them out, right? But it's not like when I go to post this, I'm like, oh my God, now that it's posted, both of those things are on there. Am I going to get clients from that podcast? No, like not at all. What I hope this does, I do hope that people, will listen to it and that it shifts what you think around that expectation piece. Like that's what I hope that this does. And I hope that it really shifts things when you look at your business and start writing your content from a place of, I want to put this out because I really like what I'm saying. People need to hear it, and you're just fully behind it. Not that it needs to lead to a sale immediately, because it comes a, it comes across too so much more authentic than like trying to make some curated sales post that has to fit the certain mold of whatever when you just say what you want to freaking say and you're fully behind it, right? The other thing, just like to be aware of, people buying off of seeing one thing, like one post or one email or whatever, is not happening a lot anymore. Like, it's just not. Buyer behavior has changed so much. And I am going to do an episode on this as well. Pretty much 100% of the time, it is going to take way more than one post to get someone to convert to a client. There are so many factors that go into why. So I'm going to leave that for that other episode, or we'll be here like all day. But that is another reason why putting so much expectation on it, you're setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. And like, not that I think it's not really like failure, because I do think that there's like a lesson to be learned in everything. So I hate using the word failure, but it's just setting yourself up to not get the results that you are expecting to get out of that post. And so I really, really want you to try this for at least 2 weeks, at least two, because you have to give it some time for your mind to like get into this, get into the zero expectations, post what you fucking want to say, just like fucking get it out there. Make sure your content is still optimized. Get people going to your links, downloading your freebie, tell them where your shit is at. Do all of that. That's still important. Make sure you're doing that. But like, tell them what you want to say. Email your list. Talk just like you would talk to your best friend. This is why I like have been loving my email list, because I just type the way that I would talk. And I don't think about it any more than that. I'm really to the point where I am trying to just make it be something where it's like as if I was talking face to face with you. That's what I want it to be like. And if you have a freebie or masterclass, share the shit out of it, but in a way that it's like, I know this is going to help you because I'm fully behind it. That's what you made it for, was to help them, not just to get people on your email list and into your next offer. It's more, come at it from like, I know this is going to help you. On the back end, yes, it's getting people onto your email list and selling them into your offer, but like, come at it from that way when you are going to sell it. This is the thing that's going to help them, not just because you want another name on your email list. So let me know that you are going to do it. I'm not even going to say if. Let me know you are going to do it. So message me and let me know. Also, let me know which part of this resonated the most with you. I would absolutely love if you would give the podcast a 5-star rating and review. And I will leave you with, as always, go after everything that you fucking want and be unapologetic about it.